It was a quiet morning when I received a notification that shocked me. The HOA had sold my 12,000-acre ranch behind my back. My jaw dropped as I reviewed the paperwork and realized the scale of their audacity. They had attempted to sell my entire property while I was on vacation, assuming I wouldn't notice. They thought I was powerless, but they had underestimated me. I immediately contacted my attorney and began reviewing the sale documents. Every signature, every HOA claim, and every attempt at transferring ownership was invalid. The HOA had no legal authority to sell private property, especially not one fully documented in my name. But I knew this wasn't just a matter of reversing a sale. I needed to deliver a message they would never forget. Within hours of my return, I enacted a meticulously planned retaliation. First, I secured the ranch with a perimeter lockdown, activating gates, cameras, and security personnel. Next, I publicly posted notices on the property stating that any attempted access or ownership claims by the HOA were illegal and would be treated as trespassing. The stakes were high. I wanted to ensure that the HOA members knew their actions had serious consequences. Karen was the first to arrive, smugly expecting to collect proceeds from the sale. She parked her car near the main gate, clipboard in hand, looking triumphant. "Finally, I'm getting what's rightfully mine," she muttered, assuming the HOA had given her control. I activated the PA system across the property. "Karen, the sale is void. You are trespassing on private property. Any further attempts to interfere will be treated as criminal activity." Her face went pale. What do you mean? The HOA sold it." I smiled calmly. "The HOA had no authority to sell my property. Everything you see here remains fully under my ownership." As she tried to argue, I escalated the plan. I had arranged for legal notices to be sent directly to the HOA board, clearly stating the invalidity of the sale and the potential for severe financial penalties if they attempted further interference. I also contacted local law enforcement, not for enforcement against me, but to document the HOA's unlawful activity. Karen's panic escalated. Deputies arrived to witness the confrontation, and I presented them with all evidence proving my ownership. Karen tried to claim authority through the HOA, but every attempt was dismissed by both the deputies and the attorney I had retained on site. The documents she believed empowered her were fraudulent, and the law was clearly on my side. The neighbors who had gathered to watch were astonished. Karen, the face of the HOA's audacious plan, was now humiliated, trapped in the reality that she had no legal power over my property. Her attempts to assert control were now documented as trespassing and attempted fraud. I decided to take the ultimate step to ensure the HOA never tried this again. Public notices were posted around the ranch, notifying all HOA members and neighboring properties that any unauthorized attempt to claim ownership or interfere with the ranch would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Karen and the board members realized that their actions had backfired spectacularly, leaving them not only humiliated but legally vulnerable. By the end of the day, the ranch was fully secured under my control. Karen had been publicly humiliated, and the HOA faced potential lawsuits for their attempted fraudulent sale. The message was clear. My property was mine, and any attempt to challenge that would be met with decisive legal action. Karen and the HOA had thought selling my ranch behind my back would strip me of my property and authority. Instead, they triggered law enforcement intervention, legal documentation of fraud, and public humiliation, all while the ranch remained fully under my ownership. Karen tried to steal my ranch. Instead, she faced humiliation, legal consequences, and permanent exposure, proving once again that rogue HOA members cannot interfere with private property without facing the ultimate revenge.